Hey guys, how's it going? It's great to hang out with you. We are going to have a conversation about something that you guys have been asking me to talk about for a little while now. We're going to talk about a lot of things, actually. The biggest thing is the ad crisis on YouTube and what it means for us as creators, what are some of the challenges we're going to have, what are some of the opportunities we're going to have, and overall, what are my thoughts on what's going to happen with all this. And I think you guys are hopefully going to be pleasantly encouraged. I have talked about this type of thing for enough. This isn't a new conversation I'm having with you guys who've been around for a while. We've talked about this enough like for the past few years up to this point where I don't think for those of you guys who have been around here, that it's going to be new information. You're not going to be shocked or surprised, but I have talked about it enough to know that when I do, people are disappointed. They are upset. They are discouraged. They have all these different types of reactions. And I don't know why, but it is a thing that happens. And so hopefully as we go through this, talking about the ad crisis, the YouTube adPocalypse, it's been titled, which to me sounds way over dramatic, but that's what people are titling it. So that's what we're going to call it. We're going to talk about what's going on with this. And I want to do this as a live stream. I also have a podcast episode that went up today on video creators that you can listen to. It's videocreators.com/podcast. But I want to be more interactive with you guys and talk about this here. So hello, everybody who's hanging out. Good to see you guys. Now, I want to answer questions. We're going to make this become more of a dialogue, a conversation. And we'll go through the whole story and then talk about how you guys can overcome some of this stuff and get to the point like where I'm at. Like someone asked me, Tim, is your ad revenue down? Have you been losing money now too? Oh, thanks, Cindy. Hey, thank you for the $5. No, I'm on my desktop right now. I'm not on mobile. I'm using Wirecast to stream the chat. It's just like another window. It's being in the stream. But my ad revenue is not down. I just checked it out right before jumping in here, and it's actually up by 7%. So you're welcome, Melody. Not everyone is having the same, like this isn't having the same impact. I know some people are saying the revenue is way down, but it's not consistent across the board. So let's talk about that. But my point though is like, I want to help you guys get to the point where AdSense could go away and it wouldn't bother you guys. All right. But let's first of all, let's dig into the story itself and talk about like what's going on here. And I'll take questions. We'll talk about this together and we'll have a great conversation kind of working through this kind of stuff. But first of all, let's kind of look at where the story began. I'm going to share with you guys some links. All the links to all these are down in the chat or in the description below this video. So what started all this? Okay, well here's a guy who has a patent that if you guys read the article, it'll give you more information about it. But he has a patent on something that helps identify potentially racy and controversial content online. And he wants Google to license that patent from him. And so he went online and found a few a few videos that were terrorist related and that were hate related that had paid ads running against them. He sent them to the right people in different media places and got them to make a big deal about it. And that's kind of what started the whole thing. So very in his own self-interest, he went digging for this problem, having a solution, wanting to sell this stuff. Okay, so I get it. Like that's a good marketing tactic to use. How big of a problem is this really? Here's another article. This is on Gizmodo. Here is the Google's chief business officer, Philip Schindler, and he says, it has always been a small problem with very, very, very small numbers of ads running against videos that aren't brand safe. He said, over the past few weeks, someone has decided to put a little bit more of a spotlight on the problem. So these error rates, he calls them, which is the number of ads appearing on offensive videos, are tiny, tiny, tiny. He said, how much so? Here's this. When we spoke with many of our top brand advertisers, it was clear that the videos that have been flagged receive less than 1/1000th of a percent of all the advertisers' total impressions. So give you guys some perspective, the size of this problem is actually 0.001%. of advertisers' problem. Very, very small. Like if you're going to have an error rate, that is a really good error rate to have, right? Like you really can't get much better than that. But because this is brought to light, now a lot of advertisers are panicking, and a lot of advertisers have been backing out of the space. And a lot of creators say that's been impacting them because now their ad revenue is down and their whole channel is going to be suffering. Thank you, Buckeye Comedy, for the $10. And congrats from plugging away. Yes, that's definitely going to be part of it. And, some of you guys have commented on previous videos saying, Tim, when is YouTube going to go back to the way it was? And that's like, that's something you guys understand. Like YouTube will never go back to the way it was. In fact, it's always changing, always evolving, and part of our job is, maybe you saw my video yesterday, is how do we stay on top of the game? Even if AdSense decided to completely go away, then what would we do, right? Well, it's good to have a model that is bigger than just AdSense, which we'll talk about. So anyway, Google responded to this, which is good, right? Because some of their top advertisers are pulling out. And so here's their response to it. Their response was to do, to expand their safeguards for creators. So they raised their bar for their ad policies, made some changes to the partner program, which we'll talk about here in a second. They increased brand safety levels and controls for advertisers. There's safer defaults for brands. They simplified management and exclusions and more fine-tuned controls. And they just gave them a lot more stuff to make it easier for them to manage exactly what's happening with their ad spends and where their content is showing up, which is a good response, right? So advertisers are probably happy about that. For the most part, maybe it's a little bit too late, but here's the same guy, Philip Schwindler, the guy we just quoted before. But then YouTube comes out with this thing where they expand the partner program safeguards for creators, and they changed it so that now you need to have 10,000 lifetime views on your channel before your channel can be enabled for monetization. Now they pitch this by saying, we're helping to protect creator revenue, and there's a lot of people who are impersonating YouTube channels, and we've terminated hundreds of thousands that are violating our policies. Like, you guys know that is a problem on YouTube, right? And this is probably where I'm going to start getting a little bit more cynical, where, they're saying that, hey, this is for you guys as creators. We're not monetizing channels with less than 10,000 total views across the entire channel, not per video, which I know some of you guys are getting confused by, but it is per all your videos combined on your channel, 10,000 views. So YouTube's saying this is best for creators because this happened to me and my channels, and happens a lot where people will download all the videos from a channel and re-upload it to a new channel and try to make some money off of that by impersonating the channel. If that was the actual problem YouTube was trying to solve with this move, they have a wonderful tool called Content ID that is poised to solve exactly that problem, right? So if they really wanted to solve that problem, they could make changes and tweaks to the Content ID system, maybe to give us more control over that, like in our video manager. Like, hey, YouTube, if you find my video anywhere else on YouTube, I want you to block it. I want you to monetize it for me. I want you to just track the statistics on it, for me, whatever. Like, you get to control what happens with your content on YouTube when you upload it to YouTube. Now, there's a lot of reasons currently why that's not as widespread available as maybe we would like to be. But I think that's if that's the problem they're trying to solve, Content ID is the solution for that. Content ID can block videos even while they're still being uploaded. Like, even before they go live, they're still being uploaded. YouTube can detect that this is a duplicate content and block it if the copyright holder chooses to do so. But that's not the solution they're providing here. Instead, they're doing this 10,000 view limit, which I think is fine. I know a lot of you guys, maybe you feel discouraged. You're like, hey, I'm working so hard and I'm trying to putting all this, I'm just not as motivated to do it now. Let me just tell you guys, 10,000, and this isn't to be insulting, right? I'm here to help you guys. That's what I'm trying to do here. But I was going to tell you, 10,000 views, you're not really losing a whole lot of money, maybe a few dollars. But some people say, well, does this mean I have to work harder now? Nope. Same amount of hustle as before to grow your channel, to grow your audience, to make your content. That hasn't changed. The only difference is now you got to pass 10,000 before you can do it. So anyway, all that, like, say, that's what YouTube's saying. I think most of us kind of understand, like, okay, YouTube, thank you. This is actually about you placing more safeguards in place for creators, so that, or for advertisers, sorry, where they're not just going to be uploading, people aren't just gonna be uploading lots of like hateful content, and like someone who has ill intent just can't go create a channel and instantly start getting money from that stuff. And so this is a safeguard against that. I think it makes sense. Step in the right direction, I think, and the amount of loss that comes from it. Not trying to be insensitive to those of you guys who are still trying to reach that goal. This is for new channels, by the way, that are coming into the system. So all of you guys who are watching this, you're still probably fine. So those are some of the safeguards they created. Now let me tell you guys my thoughts about all this. If YouTube, let's say the AdSense program went away. I know that's not, it's not going to happen. That's not going to happen. Okay. So don't worry about it. But let's just say, for the sake of our discussion here, that ad revenue decided to go away completely. There would be a lot of creators, and maybe some of you guys who are watching, you're some of them, where you would have to quit what you're doing on YouTube, and you would have to go find something else to do, right? And you would have to invest your time. And I get that. Money is definitely and absolutely a very significant and important part of the creator process of being an active YouTube creator and delivering good value to the people that you're trying to serve and that you want to help and that you want to support. All right. And so money is necessary. I know that. I wouldn't be able to live stream with you guys right now. I wouldn't have been able to put the time into doing all the research into this problem and this ad crisis if it wasn't that I was being compensated with my time to do it from my business that allows me to take time away from my family, to do something like this, or I'd have to go get a job doing something else so I can provide for my family. So you guys understand the economics of all this. But what I want to encourage you guys to do is think about YouTube. This is so important. Think about YouTube much bigger, as far as money is concerned, much bigger than just AdSense. Now, I know a lot of people make a really good living off of AdSense. And before we got started in the chat, before we actually started live streaming, I was talking with someone here in the chat. They have a kids related channel, and their revenues, he said, it dropped by 150%. Excuse me. And I feel terrible. I'm really sorry that happened. So if you have a kids related channel, this could be a little bit different. But for most of us, you should be developing a business model around your channel, because think about it this way, guys. The only reason you guys make money on YouTube is not because YouTube just decides to give you money. You've heard me talk about this many times before, so I'm not going to go into a big long rant about it. But the only reason it happens is because advertisers pay to be in front of your audience, because your audience is going to pay the advertiser more money than the advertiser paid YouTube. If that didn't happen, advertisers would stop paying to be here. They figured out that if they give YouTube $5, they're going to get $25 back from the viewers on the system. And so YouTube takes that $5 and be like, thank you. We'll give you, a few dollars. We'll take a few dollars. So the way I think about it is if your viewers are going to pay someone $25, then why don't you just have them pay you the $25 by offering them things that are really going to help them and change them? I'm not saying you just have to sell products or something, although that could certainly be part of it, but it could be anything, whatever. Here's the principle, go a little teaching mode here, and then we're going to get back into some of the stuff, because I know some of you guys are this is a big deal for you. So whatever, you have to know a few things in order to really make money on your YouTube channel outside of AdSense. The first thing is, who is your audience? Who are you targeting? And you got to know that person very specifically, very clearly. Have a really clear, good idea of who that person is. Number two is then you also need to know what the value is that you're presenting to them through your channel. Why do they subscribe to your channel in the first place? Why do they watch your content? Why do they keep coming back, right? That needs to make, those two things need to be aligned. Whatever this value is, they're getting that for free from your channel. Now you just need to sell that value in a format they're willing to pay for that's 10 times that value, right? So you guys are watching video creators because you want to learn how to grow your YouTube channel. I give you some, the best value I can here for free through this channel and the podcast episodes. But then I have courses that I sell that are going like 20 times the amount of value. That same value you're getting here, but like 20x that for a fee. Some of you guys want to work with me one-on-one, like have me work with you in your channels and your personal goals on YouTube, right? And so we get to do that together. And that's the way that I get compensated to do it, right? So I've shared with you guys times before, like the actual percentage of pie chart of my breakdown of my revenue. AdSense is a very small part of that. And I want to encourage you guys to think the same way. So I want to dive into your questions here and talk about them. I think you guys get the idea that, this is what's happening with the YouTube ad crisis is a prime example of why it's important to not have all your eggs just in the AdSense basket. Again, if you're doing like kids related content, it might be a little bit of a different story. But even then, like advertisers are paying to get in front of kids. And so that's a potential opportunity. Even if you did nothing else, you grow your channel to the point where you can work like primarily like with sponsorships and have sponsors and advertisers like integrate themselves into your content. Like that is still, even if AdSense went away, again, that would be another model you could follow to further monetize your channel and still turn it into a decent living for you, okay? So at the main point, I just don't want you guys to passively think that AdSense is the only way, nor is it even the best way to monetize your audience. Again, depending on your channel and the niche you're going after. But I have found for the vast majority of channels that is a great thing. I want to show you guys just real quickly here, then I move on to some other stuff. I'm going to start answering questions here too. For those of you who are interested, there's a link in the description below. This is a brand new course. I did not plan for this to come out at this time with the YouTube ad crisis. It just happened to work that way. Turn YouTube into your career. And I know not all of you want career. Some of you guys just want to make decent side income, or some of you just want to make your part-time thing or whatever, or you just need extra money or whatever the case might be. It doesn't have to be career, but that's what this is for. Whoops, I just went all the way down to the channel, 12, here's some reviews. Everyone's loving it so far who's going through it. You can check it out for yourself, link in the description below. But this guy right here, he's a guy who's disabled most ad formats completely, and he is still living full-time on his YouTube channel and employs 2 other people because of it, due to the things I teach in this course. So if you want to learn how to expand what you're doing on YouTube and make money beyond AdSense, go check it out. I know it's going to serve you really well. And that's exactly part of what I'm saying here. This is a perfect example of what you guys can and could do. Like, hey, you're watching me to learn some of this stuff. I have this other thing that gives you 10, 20 times that value in a way that you can pay for. And I am basically doing with you guys. You guys are supporting me. I get to support you the way that advertisers will pay to get in front of your content and monetize your audience better than you currently monetize them. That's how that system works, okay? So we love it. Not bad. It's great. Works well for a lot of people. And just want to $2 in the super chat. Thank you, Review Stop. So that's that. Go check it out. All right. Woo! You guys okay? I know when I start talking about business models and diversification and things that take extra work and more learning and things like, I know maybe you guys who are here aren't doing that. Oh, what did I just see something here? Bought the course halfway through, learned a lot. Tim's course is worth it. Thank you. Didn't even plan that. Draw it too. I'm glad to hear that. That's awesome. $5 one. Can you please do a channel review? If you want to do a channel review, go to my website, click on consultation at the top. Be happy to do that. And thank you so much for the $5 at Reef. That's awesome. Really appreciate you guys. So I want to answer some of your questions, and let's do this one right here. Then I'll talk about a few other things with you too, regarding like YouTube censorship and restrictions. And as far as I'm going to give you guys 4 new updates that ended on a positive note. Here's some new things that are happening on YouTube that I think you're really going to like, and I want to point some of those changes out to you as well. Okay. So found insight. Wouldn't YouTube drift away from a free model if we could go around them for ad revenue? It could, but the thing is, if you got around that, like, you're gonna find you're gonna make 10, 20 times more money with this business model mindset than you will just like taking passively whatever people are gonna, whatever advertisers are gonna pay, and they decide to back out. Then it doesn't mean your content is less valuable. Like, it just means that there's fewer people who are less willing to pay on the system right now, and they'll come back. I'm very sure of it. Like, it's just a temporary thing. This YouTube always goes through like little drama periods and then it bounces back, so it's like the stock market, I guess. It'll be back. But even if it did go free, like that's what I'm saying. Like I could lose AdSense revenue. I would miss it because I like it. And, it is not an insignificant amount of money with all my channels combined each month. But if it did go away, I would still be okay, right? And that's what I'm saying. Like, you guys want to have other things going on than just AdSense if it makes sense for what you're doing. Just like the stock market, exactly. My words exactly, Otto. So. Yeah, sorry if it's clippy. I don't mean it shouldn't be. Looks like it's going okay for me, but sorry if it is. Okay, so let's come back to questions here in a second. I think that makes sense. Let's talk about a few other drama-related things on YouTube that you guys may or may not like, and I'll go through these a little more quickly because I want to spend time on your questions. But real briefly, another thing that's happening is restricted mode. Maybe you guys heard about this. Talking about, hey, restricted mode, like the LGBTQ community, like their content's not showing up in restricted mode. And then YouTube responds with a very less than helpful response. It's kind of like a non-response type of response. What's going on there? Well, basically, the restricted mode has been broken for a long time. I talked more about this in the podcast episode if you guys want to check it out. But basically, it's been broken for years. And so if your content is not available under restricted mode, don't take it personally. I've had lots of issues with it for years. I've worked with their support team to most of my videos now on video creators are okay. But a few years ago, like almost every single video I was doing was getting flagged and not available in the restricted mode. Fortunately, the restricted mode only accounts for 1.5% from what I've read of YouTube's overall traffic. So you're not, unless you're intentionally trying to target the type of people that would have that enabled, you're probably not missing on a whole lot. But my main point here is don't take it personally. It's been broken for a long time. It's just, again, coming to light now because some of, a few vocal minority people have discovered this. But it's an issue that I've been dealing with for years and I've been working with YouTube to try to fix. And they did fix it for my channel. They whitelisted a lot of stuff, but I know it's still not completely fixed. So don't take it personally is my main point here. I live in Ireland, which is a small population, so it's hard to find a sponsorship. All the money earned from videos is from AdSense. You can do that, Temple Boy Turnings. My point, though, is if you can get a sponsorship, but it's the same model where a sponsor is going to pay you to promote their product because your audience is going to buy 5 times the amount of product back from. So if they give you $5,000, your audience, the advertiser wants to get like $25,000 back, right? They don't, just want to break even. They don't want to lose money on the deal. So that's my point is if your audience is willing to pay $25,000 for something, then why don't you make something that is going to serve your audience well, that's going to continue to provide the value for them, which is why they're watching you in the first place. Just like, I gave you an example here with that course, perfect example. I'm not saying it has to be courses. It could be events. It could be like your own Netflix style website where people can pay like a buck or two a month or something. It could be Patreon. It could be premium content. It could be private experiences with you. It could be anything, whatever the main thing people subscribe to your channel for, when you know what that is, just monetize that in bigger ways beyond just your channel. And then AdSense will be chump change for you if you do a good job doing that. Video is buffering for me, not sure why. I'm sorry. Everything looks fine on my end as far as I can tell. I don't have any online backups going on or anything. Hopefully it's going okay. Okay, let's go through a few more things real quick and then jump into questions so you guys can start posting those about any of these things that you'd like. So YouTube TV is now a thing. It's live. You can check it out. It's tv.youtube.com. You can watch streaming live TV from ABC, CBS, Fox, NBC, ESPN, all these different just live on your phone. If you want to sign up, it's tv.youtube.com. Get a free trial. And it's $35 a month after that. But it's only available. It's not available where I live yet. It's in Los Angeles, New York, San Francisco Bay Area, Chicago, and Philadelphia. So if you're in one of those markets, check it out. Let me know what you think about it because I'm really interested in this. in checking this out. A few other things real quick. You only need 1,000 subscribers now to do mobile live streams, which is awesome. Used to be 10,000, but as of like a week or two ago, they switched it. So you only need 1,000 subscribers to do a mobile live stream straight from your phone. So that's awesome. Annotations are going away on May 2nd. So some of you guys were sad about that. I'm not. I haven't been using them for a long time. They don't work on mobile. They're clunky. Some of you guys are saying, but I can't go back and update mistakes in videos with it. Well, two things. One, try not to make mistakes. But two, if you do, and it happens to all of us, an annotation isn't going to fix it anyway because almost no one will see it. So your old ones will still be there, but you'll no longer be able to add or edit existing annotations. You'll only be able to delete them. Okay, so start making sure you're using those cards. I have a few interactive cards on this video live stream. You can vote and let me know, like, if there's a poll there for getting you more information, or letting me know what you think about the ad stuff. This is cool. I thought I'd share with you guys. Just so you know, there's a lot of people in the world who can't access YouTube because their internet access is limited, but they do have mobile devices. So YouTube Go is a beta program where people in other countries who have limited internet access with mobile phones can now download their subscriptions and watch them offline. And then when they go back online or get back onto like a network, all the data, watch time and minutes and everything will be synced back to your channel. But it's a good way for people who have slow access or no access to be able to access YouTube. So I think that's cool. That's coming. It's in beta right now, launching in India. And then finally here, it's the same thing. Yeah, so that's that. All right, so let's go back to questions here. Because you guys have had a lot of good stuff. How can I know when the right time to sell products is? Lord Rye Gaming. Thank you for the $5. I really do appreciate it. I don't just mean that, like, say that. Like, I really do mean that. When you guys support this, that really means a lot to me. It encourages me. And maybe this is another way, an idea of something you guys can do to get back, to you grow now that you can do mobile live stream with 1,000 subscribers, or just from your desktop, like I am with 1,000 subscribers. You can maybe get a super chat would be part of it. So that $5 from Lord Rye Gaming, if you get like $1 per 1,000 views from YouTube, that would be worth 5,000 views, right? So thank you for the 5,000 views, so to speak, Lord Rye. But how do you know the right time to sell product is? I would say whenever you have like a small group of creators or of viewers, a community on your channel that supports you, that loves you, that's watching your videos, is engaging with you, they're getting real value from your stuff. There's not a subscriber count on this channel here, Video Creators. Some of you guys have heard me tell this story. When this channel had 3,000 subscribers, this is the process I started with from the very beginning. So at 3,000 subscribers, it started earning about $10,000 a month. Okay. Now do the math. If I get, I'll say I do a video, it gets 1,000 views, and YouTube gives me, let's say they give me $2 for those 1,000 views, basically. That's great. Thank you, YouTube. Let's say then, and this is true story. This is my actual math numbers that I get. So I'm not like, I'm telling you guys full truth here. When I do like a video, I'll do some good teaching, present really good value, show you guys how to do something. At the end, I'll just do like a quick 10, 12-second pitch and say, hey, if you guys want to learn more about this, dig into it, I have this ebook. It's called 30 Days to a Better YouTube Channel. Every day it's going to give you something to do right now on your channel, give you a teaching, something you need to know, and tasks, and links to further resources. And if you want to make your channel as highly subscribable as possible, check it out. That'll show you exactly step-by-step how to do that. I don't know how long that was. Maybe it was like maybe that was like 12, 15 seconds or so. But that's it. I just say it and I go on then with a video. Whenever I do that, I'll convert about 1% of the audience into a sale. So at 1,000 views, 1%, it would be 10 sales. And so at 10 sales, at a $30 ebook sales, I made $300 off the same 1,000 views that YouTube was going to give me $2 for. Right? So now you can start seeing how this math, like AdSense is like a really poor way of monetizing if you have a business model that can go, far beyond just what they're giving you. So that's the idea. And you can do that with 200 subscribers, 100 subscribers. It doesn't really matter. Sometimes the best paying, thank you, Change Lives. For Life Forever Change. Thank you. That's awesome. $2. But sometimes like that will, while they're waiting for sponsors to come, become a sponsor of your own channel. And then what happens is, this is true for me, I can sell sponsorships on my channel much higher than most people can, because I can provide data like, here's how my audience on average converts to a sale. Here is how much they typically pay. I know exactly how to like better say things that present value. Money has been a part of our relationships from the very beginning, from people becoming a subscriber. And so it's not like sell out, it's not as awkward as it is if someone who's never introduced a sale on their channel before. So my audience converts you guys convert about 18 times higher than an average channel of this size, because I have had money as a part of this from the very beginning, and that relationship, and I can get, advertisers will pay more to be here because I have a lot of that data and I can tell them exactly how it works. So with you guys, so thank you, one, but two, I want you guys to be able to take this and do the same thing on your channel also. Thank you for the information. Do you know and or recommend any websites or communities that can help a YouTuber find collaborations for their channel? There's a lot of Facebook groups out there. You can check it out, and that's maybe where I would start. And like FameBit also has a collaboration section they just revamped. So I would start there. Wow, $10. Thank you, CloverTack. Let's see this one. Learned a lot from you. We'll buy your course. Thank you. And guys, that course comes with a 90-day money-back guarantee. So I promise, like, I hate it when I spend money on stuff that I feel like ultimately didn't serve me very well or felt like it was a waste. I hate that feeling. I don't want you guys to feel that either. So 90 days, you go through it, and if it's not right for you, it doesn't help you, it's not what you need, just contact us. Use the form on our website, to contact us, and we will issue you a refund, happily. I just want to serve you guys and give you guys the best value that I can. And if it's not valuable for you, I don't want you to waste your money. So that's part of the course. Let's see here. This one, CloverTack. Course was great. Oh, good. Thank you. I'm glad you liked it. Looks like you get lifetime access to the course. Is that correct? I went back to it several times. Great resource. No, it's not lifetime access. It's 1 year access. And the reason I do that is because if I offered lifetime access, like, I don't want to be 70 years old and still having to keep this thing online, right? So it's 1 year, and that gives my channel or my business enough flexibility to shift and pivot and things as we need to in order to best serve you guys. So it's 1 year, but 1 year is like as you've already had plenty of time to go through it and to go back and do it several times. So that's what that says. Okay, let's talk about this other thing. Nagel Peacock, how to monetize a news politics channel. Great question. There's a lot of people figuring this out right now. A lot of news people. I haven't seen your channel, but it comes down to the same principle. Why do people care about you and your news that you're presenting? So let's take Philip DeFranco, for example, because he has a news-related channel. One, he's probably doing okay with AdSense and sponsorships. But even Philip DeFranco, if you're familiar with his channel, millions of subscribers. But he also, and he has said this many times, he's one of the first people I've heard this from, is you need to have a business bigger than AdSense. So he has T-shirts that he has his own T-shirt printing company now inside his company, where they make limited access T-shirts that he'll promote and sell through his videos that have to do with something about their community, or a lot of times the community makes the T-shirt designs and submits them and he sells them. That is a big revenue thing for him. So even him on a news channel has product that he's selling that's related to the community and the value that he's offering and the reason why people like him and his opinions. But there's many other ways to do it. How about like a Netflix style thing, or maybe your channel's doing like an update on different news related things, but people want to go like in deeper or hear your opinion or something or interact. You could have like a paid forum, which I have as a part of my Patreon community at Patreon. Actually, I think I have it here. Hold on. Do I have it here? I do. Look at that. It's like I was prepped for this or something. Like on Patreon. So I'm logged in right now, so it'll look a little bit different for you guys. But, so down here, the community, maybe you're just going to do hangouts with your audience, which is something I do, private video hangouts with people at the $3 community level once a month. We just answer questions. We give each other feedback. We do all that kind of stuff. Maybe your news channel, people want to interact and discuss. I know a lot of people here do. So at the $10 level, that's why I have private networking. So if you want to interact with other creators, it's an exclusive private forum you get immediate access to, where we're, again, sharing feedback, asking questions, ideas with each other. Maybe your audience wants exclusive content, which is what I have here, business podcast, where we go into how do you make money on your YouTube channel and how do you develop the business side of your channel. Or maybe, and this is just an example, guys, I'm giving this, hopefully give you guys some ideas. Here's exclusive networking. This is where you get direct access to me. I try to keep up as much as I can in our forum overall, but sometimes it's hard for me to do that due to the volume of posts. Like these people they get a special area where I do my best to interact with them and answer their questions. So maybe that's something your audience would want, is to get exclusive access to you. I'm doing guest expert training, so maybe it's not exclusive access to you, but it's also exclusive access to other people that they normally otherwise wouldn't get access to. For example, Thursday, Daryl Eves is our guest expert, and we will be talking together privately in a private video call with these patrons about the new YouTube algorithm updates and how to stay on top of it. And we dig into each other's channels, Daryl and I together in a private call, and that'll be those. And maybe they want access to a library of other content. Like I said, maybe you're going to do like a Netflix style thing on your channel and get people, they're going to pay a few bucks a month to get access to that. That's basically what this is here. All these guest expert trainings I record, and people can go back and watch them later that are at this tier. So become a patron if you'd like. I'd love to have you. It's a great community. But the point of that is just to give you guys more ideas for how this works, okay? And how you should be thinking about your channel. Hi, Tim. Girls love toy reviews. Thank you. Hey, for $5, can we put our exact same videos on other video platforms? You absolutely can. And I do. I upload all my videos straight to Facebook, to facebook.com/video creators. I do it for my family's channel. Other people are using something like rumble.com to further monetize. Rumble's still like the ad revenue model, but it pays a little bit better than YouTube typically does. So some people are just doing that. But yeah, you own the copyright to your videos, and YouTube's agreement is non-exclusive, so you can do whatever you want with your content. So, hey, she's a patron. It's good to hang out with you. Last week we did our private Patreon hangout video call. We just hung out together and answered questions and helped each other out. How can I get my Patreon going? That's a big question. I would say let's talk about that in our next call together, okay? Piano Girl, and we can dig in that more together there. But yeah, that kind of goes a little bit outside the scope when we talk about here. But thank you for the $2 and thank you for being patient. Really appreciate you being a part of that community, and it's great to have you. Life changed forever. I created a blessing box giveaway on our family's vlog channel, and people have asked where they can purchase it. Should this be something we pursue? Yes. This is a good example. Thank you for bringing this up, Life Changed Forever, because I know it's easy to think about this in terms of like like just a channel that has like teaching. Okay, Tim, that makes sense for you. You're teaching, you're educating people, like they're going to pay for more information. I get that. We're a vlogging channel. So how does it work on a vlogging channel? Or let me make it more general, like an entertainment-based channel. So this could be a great example where you have something as a part of your story that you're going to sell. Like we have a family channel. It's linked in the description below. It's called Smoothies. We have Bible verses on the background of our wall that we're using to memorize with our kids. We don't talk about them. We don't point them out, but people see them in our videos. They're like, hey, where'd you get those? We want those. And so I'm going to be like, okay, well, I'm just going to make my own verses that I'm going to put together, and we'll sell that. Maybe like $4.99, the PDF you download, you print them out, you put them up on your wall. You can work through with your kids the same thing that we're working through with our kids. Or for an example, we do a lot of family adventure days together as a family. People love family adventure day. We haven't done as many recently because their twins were born, and that made our schedule a lot crazier. But people would love family adventure days. We give them ideas of what they can do with their families on adventure days to bring themselves closer together and build relationships with people in their family. So I'm thinking about putting together a book called 52 Family Adventure Day Ideas that cost $10 or less. And now every time I do a family adventure day video, it's like an opportunity for me to pitch that and to integrate that and to talk about that, right? As a part of like, hey guys, this is our adventure we're doing. It's actually in this book. Or if you want to do family adventures with your family, check it out, link below. It's $10 and it'll help bring your family together in some amazing ways. Let's go do ours, right? That's it. Okay. And I don't know if you'll convert 1%. Some people convert 2% to a sale. Some people less, more. It all changes. It all kind of depends. But just whatever the value is, people are watching your videos for, that's then the value that you sell. So hopefully that makes sense here. So divide and conquer. Thank you so much for helping us. My question is, what are some other ways gaming YouTubers like under 100,000 or under 1,000 subscribers, I'm assuming, like myself, can make money outside of YouTube AdSense? Same principle. Like a lot of Minecraft people, they like watching Minecraft videos because they feel like they're hanging out with that creator, right? Thank you, Jose. And so a lot of Minecraft people are selling access to like a private Minecraft server where their audience can play with them for like a few dollars a month. They get access to the Minecraft server. Maybe for a few more dollars a month, you get different mods that you can access to. Some people, are, opening up, if you're like Xbox Live, they're opening up their gamer tag to playing with people who are supporting them through Patreon or something. Again, if that's the value, people are watching your videos because they want tutorials, like how do I become the best at Overwatch or at King of the Kill or whatever the game is, then they're watching you for those strategies, those tactics, and that's the value that they want from you. Then make like a whole 3-hour video course that goes through every single secret and every trick and every tactic and every skill that you've learned, that you've mastered from that game, and then sell access to that for, I don't know, $27 maybe. I don't know. It doesn't matter. 57. I don't know. It depends on your audience and their demographic and the value and all that. But you sell that. I mean, $27 would be, if you got $1 per 1,000 views, that would be 27,000 views, basically, that you could, if you have less than 1,000 subscribers, you could be getting that type of money a lot more, right? So just as those are just some examples. If I pay Google ads to promote my videos, will they show up on YouTube TV? No, the promotion on YouTube TV is an excellent opportunity, though. I've already done a live stream about that, so you guys can look back on my channel and find out more about YouTube TV. But there's a lot of, for a niche of creators, that's going to be a huge opportunity to get a lot of new exposure and growth from the YouTube TV thing. Can you please pronounce my name? Rainbow-tastic Farts. There you go. Cool, guys. Well, this has been fun. Let me see if any other questions here, because I just wanted to encourage you guys, and hopefully you understand my perspective now on what it really takes to make money on YouTube, why I am not concerned about the AdSense thing. My AdSense revenue is up, which is great, but I don't control if it goes up or down, and neither do you guys. So I really, 8th attempt to send this. Oh, I'm sorry, Mike. Keep up with the whole work, and you're welcome. Thanks, driver Mike. I really do appreciate that. That's awesome. Thank you for $5. So that's how I want you guys to think about this. All right, think about it in business sense. So if AdSense went away, you would still be fine because you have a community of people who get value from what you do and are willing to support that and become a part of that, and you get to serve them better in ways that you never otherwise could, just through your YouTube channel alone. So think about it that way, and your community will be stronger for it. You'll be better compensated. You'll be able to provide better value to them. You'll be able to do more with them, and it's like a win-win-win for everybody. And you don't have to go from sponsorship to like next sponsorship and ad rates. It's just less stress and things like that too. How can I offer, thank you, Let Passion Burn the $5. You've been here the whole time because we started talking before we started live streaming here. How can I offer as much value as possible on a personal development channel without a product? I want to really connect to the heart of my audience. Personal development, again, it comes back to why. Oh, thank you, Texas Gal Treasures. I appreciate the $1. It comes back to what are people trying to get from what you are. Now, I would encourage you not to be afraid of having a product. I know that sounds scary, and you doesn't have to be like a normal product that you're going to go out and sell necessarily. But it just like you could be the product, right? When people pay me for my time to talk about their YouTube channels with them, like I am the product. My time, the 10 plus years I've been spending on this platform, studying it and spending like full-time hours getting to know it and how to best master it, like that type of knowledge, like that's the product that I'm selling now. So for you, it could be something similar, personal coaching. You can maybe have an event. I'm actually I just talked about with my business manager this morning, be doing my first live event here in Cincinnati coming up in September. And so that's a new thing that I'm going to be diving into as far as how do I continue to provide good value in ways I can't do on YouTube alone that help my audience in ways that are just bigger than I can just do on YouTube, that support them really well and support me so I can continue to support them, that whole thing. So I would just think about it just bigger, just like as a product. There's a lot of different ways to kind of take that product thing. But whatever the value is, how can you sell that? The value is that people are subscribing to you for, how can you sell like 10x that value? That's it. Cool, guys. Well, I hope this has been helpful. If you want to get notifications next time I live stream, hit that bell icon next to the subscribe button down there, and you will get a notification, a push notification from the YouTube app, or you can text the word VC Live to the number 43506, and I'll send you a text message notification when I go live as well. So VC Live to the number 43506, and thank my friends over at Tech Signal for doing that, and for not sponsored, they just provide that for me, and so thank them for that. And plus, I know a lot of you guys are gonna ask, who do you use? So that's who I use, just telling you guys that. So question, did I miss it? I posted a question for $5 to miss. I have a horror comedy channel, and while my subs, views, and minutes watching are growing, my revenue flatlined. Yeah, sorry, Jason. Like, another great example of why you should have a business model that's not just AdSense. Okay, I think I have it here for patrons. Let me see if I can get it for you guys. The pie chart of my income, just to give you guys. I posted this for patrons a while back. Cause I post like exclusive content just for them, and so now I'm kind of violating it by putting it out here. But I want to show you guys if I can find it here. The pie chart of this is giving me the exact breakdown of my business's income. Yeah, I'll just put it that. So let me see if I can find the pie chart here. Wasn't planning on doing this, but where is it? I'm scrolling back through all my patron-only posts, trying to find it here. We had a big, long discussion about it somewhere. I'm looking for it. Sorry. Maybe I think I put it on Facebook too. I think I put it on Facebook later though. Let's see here. Can you mention the text messaging service one more time? Yeah, Jedi Master. It's Text Signal. TXT Signal.com is who I use for that. I found it. Okay, so here we go. I'm gonna share this with you guys. Here's my breakdown of income, just to give you guys an example of what this looks like. Okay, so you can see AdSense. This is 2016 total AdSense. That is 21% of my income right there. 36% was from product sales, which would be my courses, ebooks, things like that. 14% came from consulting. 10% came from sponsorships. 7% came from Patreon. 6% came from other things, which would be like speaking opportunities and licensing deals, things like that. And then 5% came from affiliates. So you can see that product sales is a big chunk. Like that's where most of my revenue comes from. AdSense, though, you look at that, you're like, okay, Tim, but you're getting 21%. That's a significant number. Yes, but remember, that is only, this is everything in my business, okay? So that 21% represents all of my YouTube channels combined, and where most of them, I don't do anything other than AdSense just because they're like fun, hobby, family channels or whatever. But this one, all of that. So if I was like that 21%, a very small sliver of that is video creators. But so if I made this only be video creators, that would be like in single digits percentages as far as revenue is concerned. And that would make all the other percentages be way bigger. So it's a little bit misleading if you're looking at only video creators and you eliminated all my other channels, but that perform better than video creators from a AdSense perspective. But that's my point. Like, yeah, you guys, you can make a little bit here, but all this other stuff added up can be way, way, way more. So hopefully that helps you guys and shows you a little bit more of what I mean by that. I went from, hey, thank you, Joe Cronin, for $5. I went from $100 a day to $17 a day, 50,000 subs, FYI, 7 years of work. Yes, this takes work. This is not a get rich quick scheme. This is not a, you just do this and you'll make lots of money to solve all your problems. This takes work. But you guys know, you're creators. I know you know what hard work feels like, and I know you can do it, and I know you love the reward and the benefit that comes on the other side of hard work. One of the sayings that I have is like, anything in life that is worth having usually requires hard work. Right? So if you want the reward, it takes hard work to get there. And I know you guys can get there because you're creators. You already know how to deliver good value. You know how to serve a community of people. You know how to interact with them. You know how to address their needs. You know all of that. All you need now is what my course, Turn YouTube into Your Career, is designed to do, is to help you then learn how to capture good value in return for the value you're already delivering. All right, guys, cool. Well, thank you so much for hanging out. This has been a lot of fun, and get notifications about next time, and I'll look forward to hanging out with you guys again soon. I want to do these about once a week. So thank you guys for hanging out, and maybe our next one will just be pure Q&A. We'll just hang out, just talk. It'll be fun. Thanks, guys. Talk to you then. Bye.